Hey everyone, this week we have my favorite subject matter, which is a Saab. For those of you who've seen my other videos, you might remember I'm very much a Saab guy. I've owned half a dozen of them. I've got a very modified Saab 9.5 wagon. This is what we call a unicorn. This is known as the Saab NG for New Generation 9.5. This would be a 2012, and in America, there were no new Saabs after 2011. This car never came to America because this is an NG 9.5 wagon. They made maybe 20 of them, so a very, very small number, and they were never legalized to be sold. I think about half a dozen people in Europe spent a bunch of money to get them federalized for whatever state they were in. And a year or two ago, one was actually for sale for like 75,000 US. Would love to buy it, but that's a little rich for my blood. So this, of course, comes from DNA Collectibles. They're my go-to for Saab content. I've got 3 of their Saabs, the 9.3 Vigan convertible, the Turbo X, and now this NG 9.5. This, of course, is resin, and again, I can guarantee no one else will make this subject matter. This is for the hardcore Saab geek like myself. So once again, I've been very happy with DNA quality. The big thing for me is, I've received quite a few resin cars over the past few weeks, and brands like LS Collectibles have a similar retail, and the windows bow out in all kinds of different places in different ways, and I have not had that problem on any of my DNA cars. So I appreciate that, because I've tried to fix them, and if you press here to, say it's bubbling there, it just pops up someplace else. And if you're buying one of these cars from Europe, you don't want to deal with having to return it over these things, and it kind of ruins the model in my eyes. So details to pay attention to is the open grille. It's a nice detail. The paintwork in general. This is not an easy color to pull off. I don't know if the camera really captures it. I don't remember the name of the color. I had a similar Saab 9.3 wagon. It was called Ice Blue. I don't know if they call this Ice Blue, but it's very metallic. It's not an easy color to pull off. I recently got the Auto Volvo in a metallic silver, and it wasn't as good a finish as this. So I'm trying to compare it to similar resin cars at a similar price point. Nice detail on the back. I would describe that as the photo etched metal band across the taillights, which a lot of times you'd see as like a decal or a painted detail. So that's nice. All the markings are what I describe as like a photo etch, a really raised 3-dimensional detail, which I appreciate. The other big thing that I appreciate on all my other DNA offerings is the interior. It's hard to make out because obviously nothing opens because it's resin, but all the control buttons and the details, the gauges, are very, very well marked and delineated. A lot of times the interiors on resin cars, or diecast in general, is very haphazardly done, where the details are just very shallow, where I find even the things like the seat belts, the buckles, are very, very, very well detailed, and they look properly 3D. You can even see the door pop on the door panel. So I appreciate that as well. This is, of course, car number 138 out of 320. I think all of the 1/18 scale that DNA does winds up being a run of 320. There really aren't flaws on this to speak of, which, again, I can't say the same for my Auto GT Spirits and my LS Collectibles, which I'll have more reviews of those coming soon. But again, I'm very happy. This, of course, came with the typical really good, even the hatch, the little handle, which is actually in my real 9.5 wagon as well, is rendered in a painted detail, which I appreciate. But came in the typical DNA packaging, which is the nice Alcantara or a micro suede outer satchel and a clear base. It seems like they really care about the presentation. So this one I did pay for. Only the Aero X was ever sent to me by DNA, but every other car I've actually purchased with my own money. So it's not like I just like this because, hey, it was a free car. So just kind of keep that in mind. I like to declare that in videos if it is a car sent to me. This was not sent to me. I actually had to purchase this. So again, really happy with it. I know there's more Saab content coming. I think they're doing a Saab Turbo X, which I wish it was a wagon, but I think it's going to be a sedan. And they've got Volvos if you're Volvo people. I think it's the 7.8 780 Bertone Coupe, which is one of my favorite cars as a kid, so I'll probably have to pick that up too. So stay tuned for more videos. I think next we'll have some British content. So stay tuned and subscribe.